President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Now let's see how he starts out. He's going to start out magnanimous. But then he's going to go into the darkness to let you know why he's going to have to do the things that he's going to do. Peep game.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Peep game.
Thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward,
The
our
golden
country
age to the
will
new golden
flourish
age. What
and
is
be
it?
respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first.
If the term useful idiot was a person,
Our sovereignty
you would be
will
looking at it right
reclaimed.
now.
Our safety will be restored.
Putin
The
and
scales of
Xi, they
justice
sitting up right
will
now.
be rebalanced.
Kim
The
Jong-un too.
vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government.
Watch what happens
will
in
end.
Taiwan. Keep an eye on Taiwan. The Indo-Pacific.
And our top priority will be to create a nation that is
Clown.
proud, prosperous, and free. America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before.
And far more isolated than ever before.
I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face.
He don't even believe the
While
shit he
they are
reading.
plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad.
Just grievances.
It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
America.
Our country can no longer deliver basic services.
Y'all voted this
in times of
cat
emergency, as
into
recently
office
shown
twice.
by the wonderful people of North Carolina, been treated so badly.
What about the people of California?
And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we're watching fires still tragically burn.
But he gonna blame that on
From weeks ago,
Democrats.
without even a token of defense, They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting. But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves. In
I think it's the same
to hate our
fucking
country
speech he
despite the
gave
love that we try so desperately to provide to them.
in
All of this will
2017.
change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
We'll see. I hope it's true.
A recent election is a mandate to
Hope to win a lotto
completely and
tonight too,
totally
but
reverse a horrible
that ain't too fucking likely.
betrayal, and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
Just because you say it don't mean it's so, homie.
Our
And the
liberties
world
and
is
our
sitting around
nation's
like,
glorious
all right.
destiny will no longer be denied.
Why,
And we
hey,
will immediately
watch
restore
them
the
boys do it
integrity, competency, and
in
loyalty
Gaza.
of America's government.
Watch how Hamas
Over the
act
past 8 years, I have been
with this
tested and
ceasefire.
challenged more than any president in our 250-year history.
Oh
And
man,
I've
this
learned
thing
a
here.
lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you.
Where's
Those
the
who wish
energy?
to stop our cause
Talking about low energy
have
Joe.
tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life.
There you go.
Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear.
That's why he ain't outside
But I
today.
felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason.
There you go.
I was saved by God to make America great again.
There you go. There you go. So he has now told y'all that he is the new Messiah. He is the Savior. He survived those assassination attempts because God ordained him to be your Savior. And y'all clowns have bought into it.
That is why each
Hey,
day
write
under
this shit.
our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day.
If we was living in Bizarro world.
It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country.
Most consequential,
As
without
our
a doubt.
victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element
you
of
gonna
our
bring up
society,
Snoop?
young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural, and very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states, and the popular vote we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and in his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
He can't even spit that shit out. You know what I mean? That shit tastes like pablum coming up. Get the fuck out of here. If anything, you're gonna destroy that dream.
Is now returning.
Because I've been living that dream for the past 20, 30 years. I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Is soaring like never before. In everything we do, my administration will be inspired by a strong pursuit of excellence and unrelenting success. We will not forget our country. We will not forget our Constitution. And we will not forget our God. Can't do that.
Who is it? Who is your God, homie? Certainly ain't the same God I serve.
Of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense.
It's all about dollars and cents,
First,
nigga.
I will declare a national emergency at our southern border.
There you go. Everything about to be shut down. Prices just went up. Stock market just probably got ready to tumble in the morning at opening. Tuesday morning, January 21st, is going to be interesting.
Entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
What about Remain in Canada?
Practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country.
There you go. Then it's just a matter of time before they back up into the streets.
We will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
You're gonna get a whole bunch of people killed, man. Whole bunch of people killed. With cats that don't play by the rules that we play by.
And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities.
There you go. So when they move from the border, they're gonna be moving into your cities. They meaning the military.
I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions.
The homeland.
And that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices.
Wait till we get to Christmas of this year.
Massive overspending and escalating
and revisit
prices, that. And that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will
drill. But how you gonna refine? You haven't built any new refineries in the last 30, 40 years. You don't have the capacity to drill, baby, drill. But you gonna find that
America
out.
will be a manufacturing nation once again, and we have something that no other manufacturing nation will ever have. The largest amount of oil and gas of any country on earth, and we are going to use it. We'll use it. We will bring prices down, fill our strategic reserves up
Same shit he
again,
said
to
in
the top,
2017.
and export American energy all over the world.
And then none of that shit happened. Only thing happened was a fucking pandemic. And division of the country.
And it is that liquid gold under our feet that will help to
But he made money. Elon made money.
Actions today, we will end the Green
All them
New
other
Deal,
motherfuckers in there
and
with
we
him
will
made money.
revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers. In other words, you'll be able to buy the car of your choice. We will build automobiles in America again at a rate that nobody could have dreamt possible just a few years ago. And thank you to the auto workers of our nation for your inspiring vote of confidence. We did tremendously with that vote. I will immediately begin the overhaul of our trade system to protect American workers and families. Instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Idiot. So how the tariffs gonna work? Everybody go look up the word tariff
We are establishing
and see how those costs are gonna be passed on to
External
who?
Revenue Service
To you.
to collect all tariffs, duties, and revenues. It will be massive amounts of money pouring into our treasury, coming from foreign sources. The American dream will soon be back and thriving like never before to restore competence and effectiveness to our federal government. My administration will establish the brand new Department of Government Efficiency.
Just another place for him to park some money.
After years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression,
Gotta have a
I
budget.
will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Good. I hope that stands for online social posts. Cause I'm gonna be digging into your motherfucking chest for the next 4 years, homie.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about. We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law. And we are going to bring law and order back to our cities.
Law and order. That's what the Pharisees was talking about.
This week,
The law of
I
Moses.
will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Goodbye, DEI. Clarence Thomas already got rid of affirmative action, so
We
DEI
will
gone.
forge a society that is colorblind
No
and
CRT.
merit-based.
Whatever the fuck that meant anyway.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Yeah, they coming for you, homie. And you too.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate with full back pay.
That's like 8,000 people. Now, imagine where their mindset gonna
I
be.
will sign in order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments
No
while
DEI.
on duty. It's going to end immediately.
No DEI. You gotta go.
Our armed forces will be free to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
So I'm wondering if the last thing he's gonna say, he's gonna pardon all January 6 participants. You think? He ain't got but about a minute or so left.
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen.
Again, same
We
shit
will
he said
measure
in
our success
2017.
not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into.
Oh, you about to get into one now, though, partner. Them boys in Israel gonna make show of it. You've been pumped.
My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker and a unifier. I'm pleased to say that as of yesterday, one day before I assumed office, the hostages in the Middle East are coming back home to their families.
Mm-hmm. That's your setup. They better hit you with a sucker punch.
America will reclaim its rightful place as the greatest, most powerful, most respected nation on earth, inspiring the awe and admiration of the entire world. A short time from now, we are going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, and we will restore the name of a great president, William McKinley, to Mount McKinley, where it should be and where it belongs.
Man, this dude right here, dude. He already off the rails. Yeah.
President McKinley made our country very rich through tariffs and through talent. He was a natural businessman and gave Teddy Roosevelt the money for many of the great things he did, including the Panama Canal, which has foolishly been given to the country of Panama after the United States. The United States, I mean, think of this, spent more money than ever spent on a project before and lost 38,000 lives in the building of the Panama Canal.
So you got to justify this shit
We have been
that
treated
he
very
about to
badly
do.
from this foolish gift that should have never been made. And Panama's promise to us has been broken. The purpose of our deal and the spirit of our treaty has been totally violated. American ships are being severely overcharged.
What about American treaties with the
and not
fucking
treated
Indians,
fairly
the
in
Native
any
Americans,
way,
the
shape,
original
or form.
Americans?
And that includes the United States Navy. And above all, China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China, we gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
How you gonna do that without going to war? This is another Bush 2000. We're gonna end up being in multiple wars, but we already can't afford to be in one.
Above all, my message to Americans
And I guarantee
today is
you,
that it is time for us to once again
they're gonna
act
hit
with
us
courage, vigor,
on our
and the
homeland.
vitality of history's greatest
That's gonna make
civilization.
us have to do so.
So as we
Just like they
liberate
did
our
on
nation, we
9/11.
will lead it to new heights of victory and success. We will not be deterred. Together we will end the chronic disease epidemic and keep our children safe, healthy, and disease-free. The United States will once again consider itself a growing nation, one that increases our wealth, expands our territory, builds our cities, raises our expectations, and carries our flag into new and beautiful horizons. and we will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars.
Manifest destiny. It's all right to do all of this shit. God chose us. Look at that clown right there. But look just look at that picture, man.
Is the lifeblood of a great nation.
The richest man in the world
Right
sitting
now,
next to
our
the son of the
nation
most
is
powerful
more
man in the world.
Ambitious than any other. There's no nation
Can't
like
write
our
this shit.
nation. Americans
Actually,
are
they did.
explorers,
They already wrote it in the Bible.
innovators, entrepreneurs, and pioneers. The spirit of the frontier is written into our hearts. The call of the next great adventure resounds from within our souls. Our American ancestors turned a small group of colonies on the edge of a vast continent into a mighty republic of the most extraordinary citizens on earth. No one comes close. Americans push thousands of miles through a rugged land
And push millions of people
untamed
off of that
wilderness.
land.
They crossed deserts, scaled mountains, braved untold dangers, won the Wild West, ended slavery, rescued millions from tyranny, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom, launched mankind into the heavens, and put the universe of human knowledge into the palm of the human hand.
And after all of
When we
that,
work together, there's nothing we cannot do.
they
and
put a
no
clown
dream
like
we
you in
cannot
office.
Achieve. Many people thought it was impossible for me to stage such a historic political comeback. But as you see today, here I am, the
You got
American
God on your
people have
side, right?
spoken.
God ordained. America,
I
America.
stand before you now as proof that you should
God
never
bowed
believe that
to
something is
damn on
impossible to do.
thee.
In America, the impossible is what we do best. From New York to Los Angeles, from Philadelphia to Phoenix, from Chicago to Miami, from Houston to right here in Washington, D.C., our country was forged and built by the generations of patriots who gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. They were farmers and soldiers, cowboys and factory workers, steel workers and coal miners, police officers and pioneers who pushed onward, marched forward, and let no obstacle defeat their spirit or
And
their
when none of them
pride.
from your family.
Together they laid down the railroads, raised up the skyscrapers, built great highways, won 2 world wars, defeated fascism and communism, and triumphed over every single challenge that they faced. After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. With your help, we will restore America's promise, and we will rebuild the nation that we love, and we love it so much. We are one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. So to every parent who
What happened to
dreams for their
indivisible?
child, and every child who dreams for their future, I am with you, I will fight for you, and I will win for you. They're going to win like never before. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In recent years, our nation has suffered greatly, but we are going to bring it back and make it great again, greater than ever before. We will be a nation like no other, full of compassion, courage, and exceptionalism. Our power will stop all wars and bring a new spirit of unity to a world that has been angry, violent, and totally unpredictable. America will be
That's you.
respected again and admired again. including by people of religion, faith, and goodwill. We will be prosperous. We will be proud. We will be strong, and we will win like never before. We will not be conquered. We will not be intimidated. We will not be broken, and we will not fail. From this day on, the United States of America will be a free, sovereign, and independent nation. We will stand bravely. We will live proudly.
We've always been
We
there.
will dream boldly, and nothing will stand in our way because we are Americans. The future is ours, and our golden age has just begun. Thank you. God bless America. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain. That's it. That's all.